this computer. Okay, Tabitha, are you able to see my screen okay? Okay, awesome. Okay, so I don't even know if you guys know who I am, but my name's Megan, and I am one of the leaders on this team. I am the one who started Abundance Nation, so your upline very well may be one of my coaches. So I think it's so important for everyone to understand that, like, when I started, I was just like you. I had no customers. I had no coaches. I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't even have an Instagram account. I had about maybe 350 friends on Facebook. I posted at Christmas time to show off my kids and on their birthdays and when I had a baby. Like, that was sort of my social media background. And I was lacking a lot of confidence and never imagined myself doing this. But here I am 5 years later, and I've been able to grow a team of like several hundred women. So it is like unbelievable what can happen. And I started 5 years ago. So I just want you all to know that where you're at right now is exactly where we all start. You are not unique. You are not special. Like, we all start knowing nothing, not having a lot of confidence, feeling unsure, having tons of fears, but we just like moved one step forward day after day after day. We continued to show up, and we believe in this so much that we're just going to keep going because the benefits are just so good. So tonight we're just going to really talk about sort of the basics of this business. It could be overwhelming if you allow this to be overwhelming, but I always think that being overwhelmed is a choice. And I want you to know that what you hear tonight are things you're going to hear over and over and over again. And it's not like this is your night to understand and know it all. You will hear these things daily, weekly, every team call you're on, every national wake up call you listen to, any training you do, anytime you talk with myself or your upline. Like, you're just going to keep learning and hearing this stuff over and over again. So if this is just the first time that you are hearing this, then that's fine. You're going to hear it again and again and again. So let's just dive in. And I just want to make sure that I am recording. Oh, good, I am. Okay. All right, so first things first, your main job is to focus on you. And I think this is one of the coolest things about this business, because I don't know any other business, job, career that actually requires you to put you first. I am also a registered nurse, and I have never once been told to take care of me first, to put my needs first, to make sure that I am rested and nourished and in a positive headspace and feeling good and continuing to grow so that I can serve my patients better. No one has ever encouraged me to do that. In fact, we're encouraged to be burnt out and skip our breaks and stay late and come early. Like, this is not what most people will tell you, to focus on you first. But this company is different, and that's why this business is so amazing. So focus on you first. Get to know our products. If you are new to Beachbody On Demand, take some time and really understand the workouts and get really familiar with Beachbody On Demand. If you have Shakeology, Energize, Recover, Collagen, Beach Bars, like whatever product you have, understand why it's so good, why it is a high quality product, why everyone should be drinking it, eating it, consuming it. Our products are top of the line and are amazing, but understand why. Do your research, figure these things out, and really fall in love with the products and what we have to offer. Talk to people about what it is that we offer. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, share it on social media. Be so excited about what you are diving into, and then help people change their life with our products. And then when you've helped those people, tell them that they can help other people change their life with their products, aka building a team. So this is seriously our business in a nutshell. you will find yourself like overcomplicating things as you dive into the business, and you'll start to think this is hard. But what I always want you to do is come back to this. Your main job is to focus on you. Fall in love with what we have to offer. Share this with other women, men, whatever. Help people get results, and then help them to help people get results. That is this business. Okay, so now I'm going to take you through some resources, because there is so much information out there on how to build this business that there is no reason for you not to see success, even if you didn't have a supportive team, even if you never had a coach that was helping you with this, because this information is like literally everywhere, and you can build a incredible business just by like doing some research online. Luckily, you have an upline and you have a team and you have training that you will be put into. But I want you to just I want to take you on a little bit of a tour on some things that you have access to and that you can use at any time to help you grow this business. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is the Coach Online Office. And this is what it looks like when you go to log in. And now it's probably going to like be super slow. But one little feature that I like everyone to see is under my orders. It might make me sign in again. Yes, it will. And you'll sign in 100 times just to get into the office. But this is where you're able to actually see your own orders. So this is really cool because you can change the flavor of Shakeology at any time. You can change your ship date. You can change your flavor of Energize. Like, you have control over your product. And it's always nice to be able to see like what product you have coming, when, that sort of thing, and track it. So I just like to point that out. And then when you go into your Coach Online Office, you click on Coach and then Coach Office. And this is your online office. Now, it can look a little confusing because there's a lot going on here and it's really slow. So I'm just going to point out a few things that I want you to sort of pay attention to. So if you're ever looking for your Coach ID, here it is. What else on here that you would want to look at? If you come down here to My Business Alerts, you'll see like a lot of things happening here. This is where you're going to see any new customers that you have that have ordered something. So you can click on here and you can see their new orders. So whenever I enroll a new customer, I'll always say to them, like, send me a message when you finished your enrollment. And then I'm able to come in here and just confirm that, yes, in fact, they did place their order. It all looks good. And then something you're going to see here is new coaches in your organization. This is something that I want to point out to you, but also know that if you click on it, like if you went into your back office right now, you might actually see like one new coach in your organization or two new coaches in your organization. And you might be like, oh my gosh, how I signed a coach. This is amazing. Like, that was so easy. But it's not your coach, like, unless you actually did sign them up. But what this means, and this just shows you the power of being on a team, is that there are going to be coaches added to your organization that aren't actually your own coach. So it could be a coach that I'm adding into our organization, or Tabitha is adding into her organization, or Andrea is adding into her organization, that any of us are adding into our organization. And this just shows you that you actually benefit from the success of other women on our team. So it's very powerful. I'm not going to go into like full detail of that, but every time, like, basically the more successful that we each are, the more successful that we all will be, because it's not just your own efforts in this business that will build your income. It's actually the success of everyone on this team, essentially. So it's really quite amazing. And that's why as you start to build this business, you'll start to understand this a little bit more, because you'll start to see volume increase, which equals money on your paycheck each week. And a lot of that volume might actually be coming from coaches who aren't even your own coach. It could be coaches of mine, or coaches of coaches of coaches of mine. You never know. So just don't be alarmed, because usually when I have new coaches join our team, they'll say like, oh my gosh, I just saw that there's a coach like added to my team. Her name's Sally, and I have no idea who that is. Like, where did she come from? Like, don't worry, it's someone else's coach, but you will benefit from her success. Every time she orders Shakeology, you will actually benefit from that. So that's really cool. The other thing that I want to show you guys is under Monitor My Business. If you ever want to look at the coaches who have joined your team, the only place I want you to look is Sponsorship Drill Down, because that will show you only your coaches. It's not going to show you, like if you went into graphical genealogy, for instance, it's going to show you our entire organization. I never look there. Like I looked there once and I was like, I'm never looking here again. That is too confusing. So always look in Sponsorship Drill Down, and that will show you your own personal team when you start to add coaches. And what else do I want? Make sure that your EFT is filled out. So this is my EFT management. This is how you will get paid. So make sure that that is filled out. They will always hold your earnings if you forgot or you didn't do it properly. Like, they'll hold it for you until you fill this out, but make sure you get that done. And then there is all kinds of training in this back office that you could go through. Training, here you go, like a ton of training. If you want to know anything, you can find it in this back office. Okay, and then the team page. So if you are on our team on Abundance Nation, you should be in this team page already. And I just want to point out a few things in here. You maybe were tagged already in this pinned post, but this just sort of shows you some really basic information about our team and about coaching, as well as it has our team calendar. So you can just quickly jot those dates in your planner so that you know what's coming up. As well, if you go into the files section, you will slowly see a bunch of information. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, in the file section, make sure you come here and check out the information in here. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so there is lots of stuff in here, but what I want you to see is this third-party tools. And here is where, if somebody has a question for you, like if someone messages you tonight and says like, oh, I'm interested in this new program you're doing, this new MBF program, and you're like, oh Lord, how do I explain what this is? You can just come here and click on third-party tools, and it's probably going to take too long. Okay, but you can find information in here on Beachbody On Demand, what coaching is, what Shakeology is, so you never actually have to know all the answers. I never explain everything to people because I don't have the time. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste their time. So when I know what someone is interested in, I'm like, awesome. Let me just grab a quick resource for you to take a peek at, and then I'll follow up with you tonight. And I just literally copy and paste the link that I want to send it to them, and then I'll follow up with them later. Did you have any questions? Is this something that you're wanting to do? So it's a very easy process. Again, most people will overcomplicate this, but it's super simple. Everything is here for you to send people who are interested in what it is that we have to offer. And then another great feature is using the search key. So you can type in any keyword that you want to search. Like if you have a question on something, you can just search a keyword in our team page, and there might already be somebody that asked that question, and you'll be able to find the answer yourself. And then the other handy little place to go is coachfaq.com. And this is like a search engine for Beachbody, and it will tell you anything you need to know too. So you can just type in anything here if you've got a question about compensation plan, about Success Club, about a rank advancement, about commission, about whatever, a bonus, a trip, you can put it in here and you will find out all of the information. And then of course, YouTube and Google, obviously you will always find your answer there. we have a national wake up call every single Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And this is a live call that's put on by the network, and they feature a different coach every single week. And they are the most inspiring calls. I never catch it live, but I always listen to the recording. And it's on the Team Beachbody podcast as well, the recording to it. And it's just every single time, like for 5 years, when I listen to this weekly call, I learn something. I walk away with like a little golden nugget, a little tidbit of information. So these calls are really, really valuable. And then, of course, we have our team calls on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Not every week, because if I'm scheduled to shift at the hospital, I will not be here, obviously. So just check the team calendar for when our calls are. Okay, so the 4 vital behaviors. This is the bread and butter to our business. So number 1, the first vital behavior is be proof the product works. So do your workout, drink your Shakeology, follow the nutrition plans, use our recipes, like just dive into your personal journey. That is the number 1 vital behavior. If you are not using our products, if you are not using our workouts, it's going to be really hard to see success in this business. So that is number 1 vital behavior. Number 2 is share, connect, invite, and follow up. So share your journey on social media. You're gonna want to like poop your pants at first, I promise you. But good things never came from feeling really comfortable. All good things come from feeling a little uncomfortable, a little scared. And I always think that that is a really good feeling, when you're feeling like you're going to poop your pants and puke at the same time, unless you have a flu bug. But it's usually a good indication that you're like doing something outside of your comfort zone that's going to lead to something amazing. And then start conversations and talk to people. Like if you are working outside of the home, like talk to people about this, share your excitement, and invite them to join your next group. Whether you are going to host your own group, or your upline is going to host a group, or if you're in my team page, you might see us talk about a group that we're going to be starting on August, I think 17th together. So that is something that you can start inviting to as well. And then personal development. So 10 minutes a day will change your life. I always say that you will be eaten alive in this business if you do not do personal development. It is so vital, because there are going to be hard days. There's going to be hard days in your life, in this business, in parenting, in marriage. Like it's just reality. You need to do personal development so that you can handle these moments with grace, and that you can continue moving forward, instead of like wanting to just crawl under the covers and just escape everything. Personal development is going to be what grows you into the person who you need to become in order to see success. So the person who you are right now may not be capable of seeing the level of success that you want to see. And I know this because the person who I was 5 years ago, she could not be where I'm at. She couldn't be leading a team. She couldn't be leading calls like this. She couldn't be talking on social media. She couldn't be like doing these really scary things and being part of leadership things. She couldn't. She had to do personal development. She had to grow. She had to evolve. She had to level up. So where you're at now is exactly where you're supposed to be, but you also will need to grow and evolve yourself in order to see success in this business. And that's an amazing thing. Like that's not a bad thing. That is how you just become a better human in every single like area of your life. So it's the most amazing thing about this business is personal development. Get people results. So get yourself results, get your customers results, and get your coaches results. So your first goal as a new coach, I'm just moving my screen around so I can see. So your first goal as a new coach. So you want to help 3 people get started with a program and Shakeology, also known as a challenge pack, within your first 30 days. That is what I always tell new coaches. If you really want to build this business, which I'm assuming if you're sitting on this call tonight, you want to see success in this business, you want to earn an income, then your first goal in the next 30 days should be to help 3 people get started with likely what you got started with, a challenge pack. Start with your friends, start with your family as you begin to grow your cold market. And what I mean by your cold market is the people on social media who you haven't yet met, who may be following you or maybe haven't even found you yet, but you will start to grow that cold market. Like I said, I had 300 friends on Facebook. I didn't even have an Instagram account until like maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I don't even really know. And I just started slowly expanding my network and finding new people outside of my friends, my family, my hometown, the hospital I worked at, outside of my province, outside of my country. Like it just started to grow over time. So when I say help 3 people, that means that you will have officially hit Success Club. And Success Club is a benchmark in your business that you want to earn every single month. So when you help 3 people get enrolled with a challenge pack, you will earn Success Club 6. So that means like 2 points for every person you help. So 3 people equals 6 points. And that is like a non-negotiable goal that you should want to hit for yourself in your business. And when you do that, when you hit Success Club for 3 months, within your first 6 months as a coach. So I just want to make sure you guys understand this because it's a lot of numbers. So if you signed up this month, you have for the next 6 months to hit Success Club at least 3 times. So to help 3 people each month at least 3 times, you will be what we refer to as a success starter. And when you are a success starter, you earn yourself a free ticket to Coach Summit, which is happening right now virtually. It was supposed to happen in New Orleans. And then next year, it was just announced that it's in St. Louis, I think. It's in St. Louis. So you will earn a free ticket to that annual conference, which is like the most fun. It's so amazing. Plus, you will earn a spot in Beachbody's next exclusive test group. So every few months, Beachbody comes out with a brand new program. Are most of you guys doing MBF right now? I'm seeing some head nods. Okay, so that is a brand new program. And there were some people on our team who earned Success Club Starter, and they were in the test group for that program. So they did the program with Megan like the last couple of months before any of us saw it. So they were like in a test group with her. And that is like one of the coolest things about earning this big like bonus thing. It's so cool. I was in a test group a year ago or so, because usually they only offer it to like top coaches. They don't offer it to new coaches ever, except now they've started doing this. And I think it is so amazing because being in a test group can seriously just blow your business up. It's really, really powerful to be part of a test group like that. And then earning Success Club all year. So 3 people every month for a year will earn you a free trip for yourself and a guest. So every year we go on the Success Club trip, and we've done cruises, we've done the Mayan Riviera, Punta Cana, and these are like 5-star all-inclusive vacations for you and a guest. And this was what like fired me up in the beginning, because I knew that like I have 4 children, and I knew that there was no way that I was going to be traveling anytime soon. And my husband doesn't even like to travel. So I was like, well, traveling's just going to be out for me. And then I joined this business, and I earned the first trip in my first year, and it was a cruise. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is insane. I had no idea I could even earn this. And since then, that has always been a driving force for me. Like I will always earn this trip, because it may be the only chance that I have to go away every year. Like it was so important to me to earn these trips, and they're so incredible. I've brought my sister with me. My mom has come with me. Camille, one of my coaches, I brought her as a guest, her first year as coaching. Like, it's been like amazing to have these trips. So that is Success Club. If you have any questions, you guys can like throw some questions in the chat box, but we'll also do some at the end of this call as well. And just know that you'll hear about Success Club. Like, honestly, every day we talk about Success Club. Okay, so step 1, pick a start date. So this is for running your own group, because if you don't start talking about an upcoming group, if you don't start promoting something, inviting to something, you really don't have a business. Like, you can show up on social media all you want, talking about what you're up to and how good you feel and the workouts and Shakeology and this community. But if you don't actually start saying, I've got something you can join, this is when it starts, you have a hobby on social. Like, you are just one of millions of people on social showing up, working out, talking about their healthy lifestyle, right? So you don't want to just have a hobby. You want to have a business. So you need to let people know that they have something to join. So you can either host your own group, or you can team up with another coach, or you can add your first customers into like your uplines group that she has running. And like I said, we are running a team-wide challenge group starting on August 17th for MBF. So we'll be like doing MBF with a bunch of brand new people. So if you have women, men, whatever, usually women, if you have people interested in MBF, they can get started with us on August 17th. So that is something that you can all start inviting to, or you can do your own, totally up to you guys. So this is how I sort of show up on social. And this is how I invite. I invite through my posts all the time, but I don't simply just show up and say like, yeah, I'm so excited about this group I have starting. Everyone should join, drop me an emoji. I tell a story, because it's stories that will always connect with people. And it's probably a story that you read online from the coach who you signed up with that sold you, that made you connect with them, that made you go, oh my gosh, like I can relate to this so much. So almost take a few minutes, like even after this call, and really think about, what was it that drew you into this business, or drew you into Beachbody? You probably connected with your coach. There was something you read, there was something she said that pulled you in. So now you need to do that for the people who are watching you. So this is how I do it. Just post like this. I'll just read a little bit of it because it's super small and I can hardly see it. But it says, go ahead, roll your eyes. But the truth is, health is about so much more than just food and exercise. It's about how we take care of ourselves emotionally, mentally, and yes, I will say it, spiritually as well. I've definitely had a transformation, no doubt about that. No, I didn't lose 50 pounds, but my body did change quite a bit. For me, the real transformation has been internal. Now, if anybody else has, like I didn't have a big weight loss transformation. So if you are sitting there like, oh my gosh, well, I don't have weight to lose. Like, that's not part of my story. It's actually not part of my story either. So I have to dig deep a lot to talk about like the transformations that have taken place that have nothing to do with my body, that have to do with my energy levels. They have to do with how I show up for my children, how I show up in my relationship. Like, I used to be so irritable with my husband because like he had something to do that didn't involve the children. I had nothing. Like, all I had was diapers and breastfeeding and snack time. Okay, so for me, the real transformation has been internal. The old me wasn't showing up as my best self. Sometimes I didn't like how I reacted to my kids, to my husband, to other people in my life. I now feel so much more myself. I feel in control. I am also more peaceful and happier than ever because I took action on my life. I started moving my body. I started looking at the foods I was putting into my body. But more importantly, I changed my mindset. And then I go on to just explain that, you know, I'm so excited because I am opening the doors to my group, and I want to help women to make the same changes that I have made. And if you're interested to reach out to me, drop an emoji below. But that is how I'm bringing them in, through my story, so they can relate to me. And then this other one, I actually can't really see it. I actually can't really see it very well, but it's the same thing. I mean, you can go and creep me on Instagram and see more of this stuff. But storytelling is really a big part of it, because people will always relate to your story, not to what you're selling. They don't care what you're selling. They care about what this has done for you and how it can help them, no matter what it is. Okay, so your first, I should really just expand this whole thing. Your first invites. So don't get freaked out when I say invite, because I will never ever tell you to go start mass inviting people to this business. Like, that is not what hopefully anyone will tell you in this business, because that is what like slimy salespeople do, and we do not do that. So be consistent in sharing your journey online. If you haven't started sharing online yet, that's your first step. Like 100%, that's what you need to do. You can do a quick post tonight about how inspired you're feeling about this journey that you've decided to start on and this community of women that you are now part of. And you're just so pumped for what the future has to hold. Like, that's something that you could post tonight if you haven't posted yet. And then tomorrow morning, talk about how, for the first time ever, you're beginning to wake up before your children and you're pressing play, when normally you'd be laying in bed, and then wake up and drink coffee, and you're feeling so much more energized than you used to. And continue on every day, just sharing a little bit more about your story and about what you're up to. Start telling your friends and family about this new journey. So what I did when I first started, I started posting, which like made me want to vomit because it pushed me outside of my comfort zone so much. But another thing that I did is, one day at this school, after I dropped my oldest off in kindergarten, I would hang around the schoolyard and just chat with some other moms. And I finally worked up the nerve to just do it. And I walked up to these women and I said, and I knew them, and I just said to them, hey, if I started a online health and fitness challenge, would you guys be interested in doing it with me? And they were like, oh my gosh, yeah, that would be so amazing. And so I said, awesome, I'm going to send you some details later this afternoon. And maybe like 2 or 3 of them signed up, and I had my first group just like that. And that was like how I started this business. I had 2 or 3 people. I put them in a private Facebook group. I supported them for 21 days. We all did the 21-day fix program. It was amazing. The next month, they each had like a friend or 2 that were interested, because they had told them about this program they were doing and this group that they joined and the results they were having. So they had a few friends that wanted to join. So I was like, yeah, awesome. Let me connect with them. And then the next month I did another group, and I had, a few more people, because it had been referrals from these people. And then I did the exact same thing at work. In the nurses lounge at lunch, I just decided to, I was like, that was really nervous for me when I did that. But I just said the same thing, like, hey guys, if I were to do a health and fitness challenge online, do you guys want to join me and do it with me? And of course, there were so many nurses that wanted to do this. And I then ran like a really big challenge group, and we all did 21-day fix together. And then they started telling other people, and I was posting online this entire time. So more people were starting to slowly ask me questions and show up in my inbox. And that is how I evolved in this business. That is how it started. And I've just never stopped. So make a list of people you already know and just start connecting with them. I'm not saying message them and say, do you want to join my group? Do you want to do this program? Do you want to get in shape? Like, do you want to join my team? Don't do that, but just start to connect with them. Because when you are a human being to another human being and you ask people how they're doing, what's going to happen is they're going to reciprocate and ask you the same questions. And this is key, if you're showing up online, posting about your journey, posting about what you're doing, posting about these workouts and how you're feeling and your story, they're going to naturally say, unless they're like a total a-hole, they're going to say to you like, yeah, what's this that you're doing? I see you're working out. I see you're getting up in the morning and getting on this virtual workout. Like, what is this that you're up to? And that opens the door for you to say, oh my gosh, like it's been so incredible. You should totally do this with me. That is the point of connecting with people, to form a relationship. And then the door opens for you to say, oh my gosh, you should do this with me. I say those words multiple times a day to people in my inbox, people on my Instagram stories, people that I run into. Oh my gosh, you should do this with me. It's as simple as that. So you're not reaching out to sell them something, you're reaching out to start a conversation, because you never know where that conversation is going to lead. When someone is interested, don't just like spew information out at them. Pause and ask them what it is that they're interested in, why they're interested in. Because as soon as somebody can get a little bit real and vulnerable with you, that's when they're sold. Like that's when they are like, okay, now I've spilled my beans to you. Like I actually do need help. As soon as we become vulnerable with another human being, a connection has been formed, and then they're going to be so much more likely to want to do what it is that you have to offer. So when someone comes to me and is like, hey, can you tell me more about that new workout program? I'll say, yeah, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Can I just ask you what specifically interested you in it? And then they'll come back and say, well, you know, I had my baby a year and a half ago, and I just like, I feel so tired all the time. I have no energy. I just feel really not confident in my clothes. I don't even know what I should be eating. And then I say, this is going to be so amazing for you, because the nutrition plans that we have will help you to really figure out what you should be eating. And this workout's going to be great for you. Even though you haven't worked out in a while, there's modifications. Like I'm able to talk to them in a way that they can relate to. And then I go to the file section and click on third-party tools, and I send them the details. And I say, take a peek at this. I'll follow up with you tomorrow morning, and we'll see if this is a good fit for you. And then I follow up in the morning, and I say, so what did you think? Do you have any questions? Does this sound like something you'd like to move forward with? And then whatever happens from there is out of my control, but I've done my job. And then anytime you need help, just ask your upline to help you navigate the conversation. I love when a new coach comes to me and says, like, I'm having this conversation with my friend, my coworker, this stranger on Instagram, whoever. Can you like help me with it? And I'll get into like a 3-way chat, and I'll just help her with the conversation. That way she can see how I would go about talking to this person. So it's a really great learning experience for her as well. And then recognize and welcome objections as part of the process. Objections are going to happen. People will tell you no more than they will say yes. So get used to it. You are not unique. Everyone gets more no's than they will ever get yeses to. I always like to think of it like we say no to our children way more than we ever say yes to them. And this business is the same. More people will say, no, not right now. I don't have the money. I don't have time. I'm not interested. Then they do say yes. But the more people you talk to, the more yeses that you will get. I don't mind objections. It just means they're not ready. You maybe had objections at one point too, whether you told yourself you couldn't afford it, or you told yourself that you didn't have time to do at-home workouts, or you didn't think they were going to work, or the timing wasn't right. Whatever your reason was, you might have had an objection. I use these objections as content creation. So anytime someone comes back to me and is like, oh no, I could never stick to at-home workouts, I'm like, okay. And then I can create content around that objection, because if she has that objection, more people have that objection. So I can create a post talking about the fact that I actually didn't think I could stick to at-home workouts. Like I didn't think I had it in me. However, my first program, I committed to it. I crushed it. I loved my results. I loved how easy it was, how like simple it was just to press play when it was convenient for me. I talk about that. I make a post about that, because that will relate to the person that I'm trying to speak to. And then follow up, just always keep following up. If people aren't ready now, they might be next month when you have a new group, or they might be in 6 months when we've got a new program launching, or they might be in a year from now. Like, you never know. I have people that join me now that I spoke to 4 or 5 years ago, and now they're ready. They've been watching and now they're ready. So you just have to keep following up, keep connecting with people. Okay, so share your journey on social media. So this here is like my Instagram, and then this is one of the leaders on my team, Camille. This is her Instagram page, and I just took a couple of snapshots just to show you guys that just because you are now a coach, you know, you hit that sign me up button however long ago, that is not all you are. A month ago, you were not a coach. So what were you? What were you interested in? What did you talk about? What did you do? What were your hobbies? That is still who you are. Being a coach now is just one small part of you. And too often what I think ends up happening with coaches who start this business, all of a sudden they're like, oh, I'm supposed to be this health and fitness person, so I need to show up as a health and fitness person. Even if they're maybe not. Like, I would not consider myself a fitness person. I actually don't really like working out that much, but I know it's good for me, so I do it. I was never into fitness before I became a coach at all. Wasn't into nutrition before I became a coach. So it would be really weird for me to all of a sudden on day one of being a coach, showing up as like this expert know-it-all in health and fitness. That's not me. But this is me. There I am having a nap on the couch with my kids. I am showing a bit of a transformation because yes, fitness is part of my life. Here's a breakfast, a recipe that I'm sharing. This you can't actually see, but I'm in like my nurse's shirt. So I'm just showing that I'm also a nurse. So when you scroll my Instagram feed, if you take a quick peek at it, you can get a really good sense of who I am. Yeah, I might be into health and fitness, but I'm also a mom, a nurse. I also love going to the beach. Like, you'll see lots of things about me in my feed. And same with Camille. You don't look at her and go, oh, there's a beach body coach. You look at her and go, oh, there's like a really fun, cute human that I want to connect with. So you can get a really good glimpse of someone's life just by doing a quick little glimpse into their Instagram. And that's what you want to work yourself up to. It's not all workouts and healthy eating and Shakeology. Okay, so let's talk about the really exciting stuff, is how to start earning an income. So what would you do with an extra $800? So let's just kind of break it down how you will start to generate an income in the beginning of this business. So month one, remember your first goal as a new coach is to help 3 people get started with a challenge pack. And when you do that, you will earn $50 commission on each of those sales, approximately. So $50 times 3 people is $150. So in your first month, you can earn $150, which basically is like the cost of what you enrolled with. So already you're breaking even. This business hasn't even cost you anything, which is amazing. And you've been able to help 3 people. Month 2, you again help 3 new people, because that's your goal as a new coach. Help 3 people with a challenge pack. So that's another $150, because 50 times 3. And then those 3 people that you helped in month 1 continue on with their Shakeology because they love it and you're giving them awesome support in the group, and they get their Shakeology again. You earn commission on that second order of Shakeology they receive, which is about $32 for 3 people, which is $96. So in your second month, you earn approximately $246. Not too bad for your second month of business, for you yourself getting healthy and in shape, working on yourself. In your third month, you help 3 new customers, another $150. Plus now you have the first month's customers getting Shakeology, your second month's customers getting Shakeology. So that's 6 people getting Shakeology again. That is $192 for a total of $396 in your third month. So you can see how your income can quickly start to grow Now, imagine if you were helping more than 3 people every single month. From the beginning of my coaching, I always aimed to help at least 5 or more. So my income, my first month of income, I think was like about $350. And then every single month that grew. Some months it doubled and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And then until where I am at now. So you can see how the more people you're helping, the more income that you will have. So in 3 months, you can earn almost $800, which is pretty incredible. And that's just helping 3 people every single month. And I know you guys are capable of helping a lot more than just 3 people a month. Okay, so your second goal as a new coach, we talked about your first goal as a new coach is to help 3 people every single month. Your second goal as a new coach is to hit your first rank advancement in your first 30 days, which is Emerald. And this is when you enroll 2 people as a coach. Now, these can be friends, they can be family members, they can be anyone who wants the discount moving forward on their product. As you know, or hopefully as you know, that now that you are a coach, you will get 25% off your Shakeology, your Energize, Recover, whatever it is that you get, whatever product it is that you get 25% off of it. So anyone who joins us as a coach gets a discount. So for instance, my mom is a coach because she just wants a discount on her Shakeology. All of my sisters, all of my sister-in-laws, all of my friends, like they all are coaches because they wanted the discount, not because they want anything to do with the business. They just wanted the discount. So my first coach was my sister-in-law because when I first got started as a coach, my coach said, get to Emerald as soon as possible. And so I was like, okay. So I signed up my sister-in-law because she wanted to start a workout program and drink Shakeology. So I was like, well, you might as well get a discount. So I'm going to sign you up as a coach. And she still is a coach, like a discount coach. She just drinks Shakeology and has for 5 years now. And then my husband was my second coach. I was like, give me your information. You're now a coach. And he has also been a coach. And he actually didn't drink Shakeology until about a year into my business when he finally was like, all right, make me a shake. What's this? What's the hype about? And now he drinks Shakeology every day as well. So that was how I got to Emerald within my first couple of weeks as a coach. I was like, all right, my sister-in-law, my husband, done. Now, why would you want to do this? What is the benefit to this? You will earn Success Club points, first of all. So when you sign up your 2 coaches, you'll earn 2 Success Club points for each of them. So already you're at 4 Success Club points. So you're almost at your goal for Success Club for the month. You'll also earn commission off of their order. So that's about $50 commission for each of those orders. As well, you get some serious recognition from our team, from Beachbody. We shout you out. And what this also does is it gives you credibility. And I think this is like really, really important to understand because when you start to show up on social media, some people may or may not kind of like think, oh, here she goes. I wonder what she's going to do with this. Will she stick it out? You know, we've all seen people join a business like this, whether it's selling purses, selling health and fitness, selling makeup, whatever. And what ends up happening is 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, are they still doing it? Not usually. Like they've stopped, they've petered off at some point. So what this does is it gives you credibility to your audience because they saw you start posting and they know what you're up to. Like, oh, she's joined a health and fitness company. That's great. And then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, here we are shouting you out as an Emerald coach. And now all of a sudden people are like, whoa, this is legit. Like she's serious about this. Like she's actually doing something with this. They don't know what Emerald means. They have no idea, but it means something. It means success. It means that you actually are moving forward in this business that you started. And that gives you a ton of credibility. And then people are going to be like, oh, okay, she's legit. I might actually ask her some questions now about what it is that she's doing. The other really cool thing is that you start to accumulate team cycle bonus. So this goes back to what I showed you guys in the back office about how you might see coaches added to your organization that aren't your coaches, but you benefit from those coaches. So this is going to be a bit confusing. You don't need to understand it now, but you'll just hear it over and over and over again. When you become an Emerald coach, you now can earn team cycle bonus. So what that means is every single week, as our team is selling things, purchasing things, as I'm adding team members, as I'm selling, buying, whatever, there is volume going up through our entire team every single day. Volume, 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 just like trickling up. I just like envision like little sparkles going up. Volume, 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 volume. When you are an Emerald and above coach, that volume goes into a little bank account for you, and it like sits there. And as you start to add more coaches to your team, you will be able to cash in on that volume every week, and it gets added onto your paycheck. It'll start out small, like $14 here, $14 there. It'll be small, but over time, that volume starts to add up very quickly and will turn into a lot of money over time. However, when you are not an Emerald coach, so today, for instance, because you guys aren't Emerald, the volume is rolling up through our team, but because you're not Emerald, it just goes by you. It's just like just isn't going to touch you because you're not Emerald yet. As soon as you are Emerald, you get to reap the rewards of team volume. And even if you can't cash out on it yet because your team hasn't grown much, Beachbody will just hold it for you and just like keep it safe in a little account for you, so that as you grow your team, you'll be able to cash out on that each week. That's like a really hard thing to kind of like wrap your head around, but you'll hear more and more about it. The other really cool thing is when you are an Emerald coach and you hit Success Club every month, which you guys are just going to do because that's like your goal, right? To hit Success Club, you will receive free customers from Beachbody. So every single day, people are going to the Beachbody website, especially now because nobody can join gyms. Nobody can go to their gym. Every day, people are going to the Beachbody website and purchasing Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology, Energize, like whatever. They're signing up. Those people have to be assigned to a coach in the network. They automatically are given to a coach. And when you are Emerald and above and you are hitting Success Club, Beachbody takes that as you are here for the long run, you're building this business, so we're going to give you these customers. Because they're not just going to give customers to like my mom who doesn't even own a computer, but she's a coach, right? Like they're only going to give them to coaches who are actively working the business. So every month I receive free customers from Beachbody. Like it can range anywhere from like 5 to 15 even new coaches. And you get their contact information. They receive an email saying that you are their coach, and you can reach out to them. You can help them get started in your group. If they're looking for a specific product, you can help them get signed up. If they purchase anything moving forward, you get their commission. It's like, it's mind blowing, but it's really, really cool. So I have had tons of customers end up turning into coaches over the years that have come from these free leads. So as you can see, tons of benefits to becoming an Emerald coach. And I always just say, if you're here to build this business, just do it sooner rather than later, because you're actually leaving money on the table. And that's no fun. I'm going to check the chat box. Okay. Okay, Tiffany, are you okay if I answer this question out loud? I think you send it to just me, but it's a really great question. So Tiffany asked, she asked, how do you sign your husband up if you'd both be using Beachbody On Demand? So you don't want to sign your husband up with Beachbody On Demand, because then you'd have two accounts and if your husband's like mine, he's never going to work out anyways. So what I did and what I always recommend coaches do is sign your husband up with a 3-day refresh challenge pack. So the reason why you want to sign him up with a challenge pack is so that he actually becomes active. Otherwise, he's not going to do you any good not being active. Like his status won't be active if he doesn't get a challenge pack. You also will get 2 Success Club points because you're enrolling him with a challenge pack. And you also get his commission. So you'll get $50 commission, which cuts the cost of that challenge pack right away. And when you do a 3-day refresh challenge pack, you get a 3-day refresh kit, which is always good to have on hand because we often will do like team-wide 3-day refresh challenges. It's like a plant-based cleanse. It's a really great cleanse that we all sort of do a few times a year. You eat real food. It's not like super scary. And then it also comes with a bag of Shakeology. So if you were wanting a different flavor of Shakeology, or if you go through several bags of Shakeology like we do, it's kind of nice to have. Or what I did do in the beginning is I would, instead of getting a 30-day bag of Shakeology, I would get the packets of Shakeology. And then I could use those packets as giveaways. I could send them out as prizes, and they're great for travel. So it was kind of nice having those packets on hand. So that is what I would sign your spouse up. And yes, it's an investment. It's buying another challenge pack when you may have already just bought a challenge pack. But when you're in a business and you actually want to start earning an income, you sometimes have to be okay with making another small investment in your business, because getting to that emerald rank and moving forward, I won't get into it tonight, but moving forward, having your spouse signed up as one of your first coaches can greatly benefit you financially. So just to give you a little inside look, and you'll learn about this in the training, or if you like really want to know about it, just send me a message after and I can send you a video. But I signed up my husband as one of my first coaches, and he now makes an income every single week. So it's just another stream of income that we have. And he doesn't do anything with the business. Like I swear he doesn't even know what I do actually 5 years later. So it's just a very strategic move financially and for you and for your family. So we'll get into that later though, not tonight. Okay, so what's next? Commit to your program, drink your Shakeology, do your personal development. I always recommend the book, The Slight Edge. It is just a book that I read early on in my coaching, and it just like propelled me. And it's a book that I constantly am like going back to in my mind almost daily. So it's a really, really great book. And then begin sharing your journey online and start inviting other people to join you. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until you finished a program. Don't wait until you have a transformation. Don't wait until you've done the training. Don't wait until you understand the back office or understand what I was talking about tonight. Like, just start like tonight. If you haven't started, start tonight. Start after this call when you're feeling like all of the feels, maybe excited and nervous and scared and going, oh crap, what did I get myself into? And then get yourself into the next New Coach workshop, which if you check the team page, there's a calendar, and you'll be able to see when that starts. It actually starts in like a week and a half, I believe. And then don't get overwhelmed. Just take it one step at a time, one conversation at a time, and one goal at a time. So I'm going to stop my share and let me know if you guys have any questions. You can put them in the chat box or you can unmute. Kendra, I saw you unmuted. Do you have a question at all?
No, I was just going to say super helpful.
Oh, good. Good. Awesome.
It feels a little less intimidating, I'll say. We'll start small. And I always say too, I think you mentioned this in the beginning when we first started, it's like as soon as you feel uncomfortable, you know change is happening. So whether that's physically, mentally, whatever, that when you're uncomfortable, it usually means it's a good thing because you're growing. Yeah. So somebody once told me that, even in my professional life, and it's so true. So hang in there, gals.
It is. And sometimes we want to run from that. Like we feel that and we're like, oh crap, no, not happening. But instead, I encourage you to just be like, holy shit, okay, let's go. Let's do this. Like continue on. And I still get those feelings like constantly in my business. And that's a good thing. Because if I didn't, I would still be where I was 2 years ago in my business. Like I never would have grown to where I am now. So, any other questions? Oh, Hannah, yes, I can put the last slide up. Just the what's next slide. Huh, where did it go? Is it this one? I don't know where you went here. Yeah? Okay, good? Okay. All right, do you guys have any other questions? No? Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we will chat soon, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.